Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about more things that I found on the internet that in some ways make me laugh because truly sometimes things are so horrifying, as in a thought process is so dumb or so out there, let us put it that way, that you kind of have to laugh, otherwise the reaction would probably be rather tragic. Anyway, before we get into talking about these posts, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Native. Native is a deodorant brand that I've now been using for years. I really appreciate Native not only for their variety of scents, which I'll get into later, but also because of the texture. It's creamy but dry, so it's easy to apply when you're on the go or right before a workout. One thing I really prioritize is the scent. Scent is one of the central things I look for in body self-care products, mainly due to the fact that I'm not only picky, but I associate memories with scents. So anything woodsy reminds me of my childhood, for example. Native is perfect for me because of three main points. So firstly, I need to be careful about what products I use. Native has a sensitive range that is made without baking soda and is also vegan. This ties in with their ingredient list. They are aluminum-free, paraben-free, and are vegan and cruelty-free. On top of this, for the sake of the environment, Native offers plastic-free versions of their deodorants. Their formula remains the same, but the packaging is more sustainable. In terms of the more fun aspects, not only is the texture of the deodorant dry upon application, as opposed to sticky, but Native has also launched a candy shop collection featuring colorful and fragrant deodorants that smell like gummy bears, sour berry belts, and more. Native has more to offer, such as body washes and lotions too. Use my link and code R2G7 to get 20% off your first purchase at Native. The offer is available site-wide, but only for a limited time, so stock up and save now. Okay, so these posts are exhausting. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. The women who end up as single cat ladies are usually not the typical hot party girl. This is really just off to a bad start. Men around here have a fantasy that hoes and party girls will eventually end up bitter and alone. However, it's very rare for an extroverted hot woman to be involuntarily single. Even if they're older, 35 to 45, attractive and social women can usually find a man if they lower their standards a bit. The ones who end up involuntarily single are usually more low-key, shy, or even autistic women who can't compete socially. I'm gonna be real. You are so brave for posting this opinion on Reddit. So brave. I wish I were socially competent enough to interact with such an individual. I don't even think we need to say this person is using autistic in a pejorative way. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's wild to me when I see these people post about how easy it is to date or to find someone to date, when it's like most of the time the people posting this shit aren't dating anyone, and that's why they're posting these weird, bitter things that have nothing to do with them. Because it's like, if you're happily in a relationship, why are you out here trying to talk about other people's potential relationship or their potential attractiveness for a relationship? It's weird, creepy, and it says a lot about who you are, and not in a good way. It's funny because with guys like this, I can promise you it's a losing game. Because if you happen to settle for someone, and I really mean settle, like you pick the first guy who kind of ticks the boxes, but then they're gonna call you promiscuous, easy, just a whole slew of insults. At the same time, if you are picky, and I mean that in a positive way, if you're really looking for a particular type of person and you're not gonna settle for less, then it's also a problem because you're stuck up, you think you're better than everyone. So it's like, whatever thing you do, I promise you're gonna be wrong. Just by definition, you're wrong. So I don't even know what you would hypothetically do that this person would approve of, because I have a feeling they're gonna find a problem where there is none. List of red flags indicating that a woman is a bad bet for long-term relationships. What else? Let's see how many red flags I have. A woman is a bad bet for a long-term relationship if she has tattoos. Well, guys, I'm sorry, the red flags are out. Already has kids, smokes, vapes, nicotine, cigarettes, has guy friends, married in the past, is overweight, doesn't know how to cook, doesn't enjoy daily cooking, parents divorced, wears sexualized clothing, poor relationship with father, no father figure, sexually experienced, specifically good BJ giver, broken cell phone screen, wears makeup daily, wears excessive cake face foundation makeup, sexually assaulted, Jesus Christ, dealt with childhood trauma, wears hoop earrings, wears high heels daily, wears white nail polish, bad credit, bad teeth, bad hygiene, uses Botox, had plastic surgery, has a criminal record, consistently interrupts you, uses Snapchat, shows ass on Instagram, even clothed, won't give you her phone password, won't give you her Instagram, Facebook password. Do you hear how stupid you sound? I'm just wondering. I don't know how many red flags there were there for me. I'll put my total over here though. You guys can let me know how terrible of a woman you are, or even a guy if these pertain to you. Totally up to you to be in the red flag Olympics. But anyway, okay, listen, I don't know why I have a feeling this guy's called Connor. Maybe because of my bad experiences with Connors. Connor, truly, I think the sad thing here is that you just listed your own red flags. Like the red flags that are on your part. As in, having these red flags says a lot more about you than any of these people, than any of these good BJ givers that you have an issue with. Everything you listed says something about you. Now, there's some things that are obvious red flags, I think, across the board, not necessarily from this list, right? But people who might be too possessive, people who want to look through your phone, those are red flags for, I think, the majority of people, because those are red flags even outside of relationships, even with friends, with parents, whatever. People need their privacy, and already just the lack of privacy I'm getting from this, no. These are all things where you're telling on yourself, because explain to me why she can't have guy friends. Like, that's real weird. We all have our preferences on how territorial or not territorial our partners can be or whatever, but not having guy friends. So you are excluding the male population from people she can be around. Basically, that's what you're saying. Do not interact with men. I feel like I am suffocating via just all of these things. A lot of these things also, to me, kind of scream, what did your prior girlfriend do? Because a lot of these things seem really personal, you know, like using Snapchat. Why? You know, it's a social media like anything else. So just some of these really, to me, indicate like something happened with the girl who wore white nail polish in Snapchat. But anyway, everyone can have their own red flags, but if you're posting them out there like this, people are gonna say things and you're probably not gonna like them, Connor. Oh shit, the list wasn't over, sorry. Has OnlyFans, uses drugs, binge drinker, no friends in long-term relationships, no friends from childhood, can't keep friends, bestie friends is serially single, or dick hopper, okay. Has hoe friend circle, does extreme crash diets, emotional eater, combative, stubborn, argumentative, they already lost me, puts her job, career before her man, has ambitions of being a boss babe, insists on working to maintain independence, has photos of visiting exotic places, photos in front of luxury cars or designer clothes, goes to nightclubs, goes on girls trip, has sex on camera. What else? Remove anything. This second part to me very much says they do not want an autonomous human, because a lot of these are personal choices, which you might not agree with. And I can understand having your own boundaries, that's fine. But having to have friends that are in long-term relationships, like, are you for real? So is she supposed to drop her friends who aren't in long-term relationship? This person is just dumb. I'm gonna move on because you can't fix stupid. Report. Every student at Christian college betrothed by third week of semester. Good. Women should get married and start having children. Don't waste your life on a quote-unquote career. Quit LARPing as a man. You are a woman. Be a woman. Fulfill God's purpose for your life. You cannot be a man cannot be a woman. You will not be happy pursuing a career. No, you cannot have it all. Find your happiness where you know it is, in your family. Can you imagine trying to motivate someone to stay home, to have a family or whatever, by saying you cannot have it all? Like, how depressing is that? That is the most depressing fucking thing of like, hey, I know you want all these things, can't have them. So just let that go. Let all your dreams just go. This is my personal bias, so I'm gonna say this story anecdotally. It's not a rule across the board, but the majority of people who have said shit like this to me before, who have typically been religious people because they'll loop God into it at some point, in my experience, have some of the most fucked up family shit I've ever heard. And it's like, I really don't understand what doesn't add up to you? Because it's like, if you're trying to sell me the idea of having a family and kids, if I'm not into that, why would you force me to do that when then whoever I'm with and the kids I have are going to be the ones paying for it? Because if I'm unhappy, as much as I might hide it or whatever, that's still going to affect your family. Your partner will tell that you're unhappy. Your kids might get some of it too, in the sense of like, you're unhappy, so you might be snappy. You might not be as emotionally available as you should be for your kids. Like, why would you try to sell someone the idea of a family when it involves raising children? Like, that's not a small thing, and that's not something that you should convince people to do. People should want to do it, and even when people want to do it, it's still hard as hell. It's in a woman's best interest to be cooperative and more serving once she reaches 40 if she wants to continue to be a factor in the dating market, even as a wife. I have a problem with using the term serving, mainly because the relationship dynamic, the implication of serving your partner, I feel weird about that. It makes me uncomfortable. What I'm imagining is a woman serving a man and basically being his cook, his cleaner, everything except for actually the partner, the best friend. Do not like that whatsoever. It's really fucked up to me, the idea that if she wants to continue to be a factor in the dating market, even as a wife, so what, you're just gonna drop your wife if all of a sudden she's not super serving or super cooperative, which here to me just says to do what the man says. Like, it doesn't seem like it's really about cooperation, because I would agree with that. It really seems like it's cooperate by just saying yes to whatever he wants to do. Be serving by literally being a servant. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now that the video's over, I realized there was kind of a theme, but I wasn't actively going for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.